item. Unfortunately, I did not mention it in my superintendent's report earlier this evening. And for those of you who've been either coming to meetings for many years, or obviously you lived in the township, many years ago, the board was concerned that the schools were being used as polling stations. I have to say that I am ecstatic, and we are very happy that through the due diligence of the township, the open lines of communication that we have, and the County Board of Elections, and the due diligence, I would like to publicly thank Krista Giorgio, or DiGiorgio, who's the township clerk, for her efforts in this process, along with Chief Locke. If it wasn't for us collaboratively and collectively working together for what we felt was best for the students here at Hanover Township with regards to school security issues, and many of you may or may not know, it was driven by the new law that was put into place by the governor, not allowing uniformed police officers to be stationed at the polling stations. There was regulations that indicated they needed to be 100 feet from the actual polling station, and when your schools were being used as polling stations, we weren't really happy about that. I don't want to speak for the chief, but we jumped on it immediately and began to work with Krista, and Krista was able to work with the County Board of Elections, and due to her due diligence, and I mean her due diligence, option 1 did not work out in our favor. Option 2, or proposed plan number 2, didn't work out in our favor. And finally, option number 3 did work in our favor, and I was doing cartwheels when I received the email that the voting in our schools was going to be moved. I don't have the locations off the top of my head, but it's my understanding that they are, I believe, posted on the township website. They may be sending out communications and letters to the residents. I know I've been working here a long time, but don't quiz me on the districts and the zones. But the new locations, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the township, I'm speaking on behalf of myself and the board, I guess, to a certain degree. The Whippany Firehouse, the community center at the township, and the Hillsdale Presbyterian Church are going to be the location. So I know there are members of the board who were here years ago when this really became a major bone of contention. So I just wanted to make sure I publicly recognize and thank Chief Locke as well as Krista DiGiorgio for their efforts in working with the school district to ensure that we were able to no longer use our schools as polling stations. I guess the kids might be a little disappointed when we don't close schools for possibly presidential elections. I don't know. We'll see what happens when that comes. So I just really wanted to say